We missed y'all. I miss this. I miss it. Welcome back to another episode of the People's Pantry. I think we've been gone for 3 weeks? 4 weeks? A long time. Too long. We sorry. We here. Y'all getting tired, Lonnie, today? Because I am tired. I feel like I started working from home and then got a lot of work shifted to me. And so I'm tired. I got chicken on my tongue, so I just put a piece of chicken in my mouth. So, look, I'm a mess over here. Y'all can't smell me. But it's okay. Let me welcome back. We missed y'all. Welcome into our homes. Let me give y'all a brief disclaimer before we go into the episode. And I want to check in with my people because I need to know what's going on with school and with work, return to work, and how we therapizing the good people of the country. Okay. Is this? We are 4 adults. Let me just back up. I'm not going to tell y'all our business, okay? Because it's still our business. We still sorting through it. So be patient with us. Don't be all in our business like that. We working on it. What I am going to say is this. We are 4 adults who have lived 4 whole lives without one another. And we have 4 varying worldviews. And we have brought those 4 views together to create this bombness that we have created for y'all. And so in the process of creating and working together and collaborating, we've been experiencing some hiccups and some bump in the roads. The same way you might with your coworker or your brother, some fallout, some disagreements. The pantry is experiencing that, but we're growing and becoming wiser for those experiences. And we're working it out. So don't be messy. Say a prayer for us. You know what I'm saying? Put some good vibes and good energy in the air, or talk to your grandmama about us. Throw some seasoning our way. Love on us. Get the crystal. Sleep with the crystal under your pillow and think about the pantry, because we're here to deliver for y'all. So y'all want us to be good, don't you? So that's the disclaimer. Don't be messy. We struggling through some stuff the same way we struggle with our weight, but we making it. Yeah, we here. We back. Ashley, what's going on in your world? How you doing?
Been a busy 2 days. I've been doing a virtual conference, and a real conference you shuffle from session to session, but to be stuck in your house doing a session, it's been a long day. So I bring.
Oh, she froze. At least she looked cute while she froze.
Oh no.
She froze on the gym.
Am I back?
Yeah,
okay,
you back.
You back.
You back.
Kick it off. What you got for us?
Got some strawberry sorbet, simple syrup, lemon, and some club soda. So that is how I am feeling tonight. Yes,
bougie sipping.
What about you, Chris? How is school going and how is life with you?
You know what, guys? I've been, pulling through. I can't say that I've been having a negative experience or, a stressful experience. Whenever I get the opportunity to get out and run, that's when I do. I just take advantage of my whole day. But kind of like you, Ashley, my days is filled with, making phone calls and emails and making contact with a whole bunch of people. So I think with the population that I work with, there's a lot more demand for support. But nonetheless, I'm glad to be back as the reigning chef of the People's Pantry. I'm kind of, even though we've kind of been recording, for a while now, I felt like this sabbatical that we've been taking, I'm still kind of a part of me is starstruck a little bit, because I'm just whatever. But
you looking like a snack over there, Chris. Got the fresh little lineup.
Really? I think it's the collagen. Stop.
You get some of that collagen.
Stop. But I missed you guys and I miss recording. But like Lonnie said, we have a lot of things going on, personal life schedules to take into account. So, but I'm glad to be back, because I feel like it's coming this far into our first recording. I feel like it's a breeze at this point. So I feel like I get to talk to you guys on a down to earth level. But how you doing, kid? I feel like you're very involved. I feel like you got a lot going on.
I do, man. Thank God for once. I've always, we've always had a lot of stuff going on, but what keeps me afloat and what keeps me day to day is happening again. I'm back working. I've been back now almost a month, but we really just jumped into the swing of things with filming. For those of you who might not know, I work in the film industry. I'm part of a Teamsters union. I work in the transportation department. So in my job, what I'm doing, I'm primarily responsible for cast. And on this show that I'm working actually not Geo's Genius. And this Aretha Franklin is the show that we're doing. We're finishing it up, actually. We were supposed to have been finished with it back in April, but due to COVID, we haven't finished it. But on this episode, well, on the show that I'm working, I'm primarily responsible for Cynthia Erivo. I'm her personal driver. I make sure she gets where she needs to go to and from home to set. And pretty much that's, in a nutshell, with a few other things that I do on set, but that's what I'm doing right now. And it's time consuming. And also I'm getting COVID tested 3 times a week. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I'm due to get my nose ambushed again tomorrow. And it's just, it's taxing because it's the fear of the unknown. Elle laughing, she tripping and shit. I'm tired of this shit. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, that's Ashley with this shit already. That's Ashley.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
It already, man. It's crazy. It's just it's mind-boggling because of what we're going through as a country, and then dealing with this on set. And it's like every little thing is very nitpicked. Disney has came in, and Lonnie, you've worked for Disney before. Disney don't bullshit. They don't play no games. So they have come in protocol. It's just strict across the board. We're in pods. So no more this intermingling. I got a lot of friends on different departments. We can't do that no more. We can't even really talk to each other. Everything is segregated. That's what I like to call it. You've got your group A, you got your group B, C, and D. None of us mix no more. So we segregated at lunch, breakfast, you name it. So yeah, it's just crazy. And we're just trying to finish up. And I'm really praying that nothing happens to derail us anymore. But I think it's going good, but we're just back to the long hours. It's probably a little bit longer now because of that. So I've been doing some 16-hour days. Today being no different. I've been at work since 4 this morning, and I just got home. So it's 8 o'clock. So yeah, it's just part nature of the beast, man. And I'm just happy to be back.
How long are your breaks, kid?
You mean as far as what?
Like lunch breaks, if you get to enjoy a break. How long are those normally?
Normally an hour. But I mean, it's not as bad as you would think it is. I mean, I have to be there. That's the main thing. I really don't. I'm be honest with you. I don't really do shit. I bring her in. Once I bring her in, and the way COVID is set up now, nobody can get in her vehicle but her and her team. So I'm off to the side somewhere, doing what I want to do until it's time for her to move again. But if we're on location, then I'm a little bit busier because I have to move her from base camp to set. Back, from where they're filming it back to base camp and stuff like that. But like today, we were at stage. Once she gets to stage, everything is in walking distance, so she can walk and do whatever she needs to do. So basically, I had a kind of a chill day, but it was just the fact that you got to be there. You can't go anywhere.
Wow.
But outside of that, I'm just happy to be back at work and get back to doing what I can do, and prayerfully we can stay where we are. Y'all president already said that COVID ain't what y'all think it is. No way.
That shit fake. He said that shit fake.
He said it's fake. No matter how many people have died from it, he said it ain't real. So hey, he beat it.
Over 210,000 people telling people not to worry about it. Oh, it's not as bad as you think. Asshole. Like, no.
Speaking of, y'all, Kristen set it up. He didn't. What is it when you alley hoop? He didn't alley hoop, and I'm gonna take it home. Y'all, if y'all don't do nothing else for yourself, for your children, for your children's children, go vote. Go vote. That is my entire rant. Go vote. Therapist Bay got me. We on the same wavelength. Go vote. Go vote. That's all I'm gonna say. Google, do your Googles. We'll attach a link to find out when like registration closes for your state. A lot of states started the 4th and the 5th. A lot of states started closing registration. Make sure you register. Get you a voting plan. If your grandmama is immobile, figure out how to mail her ballot. Go vote. Like your life depends on it, because it does. Mm-hmm. Go vote. My disclaimer for that is the pantry is like nonpartisan. We're not gonna say who to vote for. This is your girl Lonnie talking to you right now. Biden and Kamala Harris are assholes, both of them. I don't like neither one of them, to be real with you. However, they're less assholes than Trump. Trump is a goddamn fool. He is a fool. He is a mess. He don't wish you well. He don't care about you or your generations. He don't care. He does not care. He is not what you need. You got to get him out the office. Go vote. Go and vote. I don't know how many times to say it. I understand that we are voting between the lesser of two evils, because Kamala Harris, they're fuck boys. Both of them are fuck boys. In short, this is my opinion, not the opinion of the pantry. This is my opinion. But we need them fuck boys in the office more than we need this fool. He is a fool. Y'all go vote. Make sure your cousins is voting. If you hoe his life, make sure your hoes is voting. Whatever you got to do, make sure that you're getting your people to vote, because that is what's going to dictate our future.
Pay attention to the mail. Pay attention to the mail.
Get you a plan. Get you a voting plan in place. If you know when election day is rolling up, please don't wait until a week or 2 weeks before. If y'all can mail in, do your Googles. Do your Googles, y'all. Take advantage of this. Vote in your local elections, because that is what is also fueling our nation. Like, go and vote. There is power in your vote. Don't let nobody tell you different. A lot of Black and brown communities have been led to believe that our votes don't count. That is false. And if it doesn't count, then what's the hurt of you voting, right? Like, if it counts, it works. If it don't, it works. Just do it, right? It don't cost us nothing. It's free. You pay your taxes. Go and vote. If y'all don't learn nothing else from me, okay, please learn to go vote. Unless you voted for Trump and then don't vote at all. Otherwise, go and vote. Vote. Please go vote. That's it. That's my rant. Go vote. Y'all, please go vote. We got to do better. Because all of us at this point know somebody that knows somebody who has died of COVID, right? We know somebody who didn't leave their amazing hospital in their home to go to another amazing hospital, to ride around in their vehicle with their people, to not wear masks and to catch COVID and be okay. We know folks who that's not their life, right? Like, Donald Trump has a privilege that none of us will ever know. Okay, so don't let him make you believe that COVID is fake. The shit is real. Folks are dying, and he has to leave. He has to vacate that premises, and we got to get these new sets of fuck boys in the office, because they're better options for us right now. So, y'all, go vote. Go vote. All right, I'm done.
You know what? I can't say that I'm hungry as a result of this conversation, but I think, in speaking to Lonnie's point, I think, the political climate and the civil unrest that's going on tends to fuel a lot of our, habits and addictions or practices that we had at home. A lot of us are eating more. I have a lot of people that message me, saying that they're eating a lot more, that they feel less motivated, which is understandable, which is respectful. But I don't want the times or your environment or, your social practices to inhibit you from achieving your progress, right? So it's very important to go vote, but at the same time, taking into account your personal well-being. I don't want anybody to consume their emotions. I don't want nobody to make drastic decisions or revert on their progress. So I think long-term, for those that are starting now, short-term and long-term goals are very important, taken into account. I think everyone's worked very hard. So with that being said, I don't know about anyone else in the pantry or the population at large, but I still have a deep craving for chicken nuggets. And it doesn't have to be in anywhere specific, as long as they're crispy, crunchy, juicy, succulent. As long as I could dip them in some type of sauce, I'm happy with that. So I think this is a great transition into, my quick meal of the day. So for all those of you who are in the same similar situation in the chicken nuggets realm, I take a cube chicken. You could take a pound or 2 pounds. It doesn't matter for anybody who's serving larger families. I do typically, if you're doing a pound, I do a cup. If you're doing 2 pounds, I do 2 cups of almond flour. And then you could spin it or season it any way, shape or form that you want. Cayenne pepper, Italian seasoning, oregano, salt and pepper to taste. Salt and pepper is actually a big one with almond flour. I don't know about coconut flour, but almond flour is a big one. You do your 2 eggs. If you're doing 2 pounds, you do 2 eggs with a tablespoon of water. You whip that up. You put all the diced up chicken into that egg wash bath. You mix them all together, and then you put them in the dredge. And then from the dredge, meaning your almond flour, your cayenne, whatever type of seasoning that you want, into the frying pan. When it comes to the oil, I typically like to use a canola oil because it has a high smoke point. You can use whatever oil that you want, and then fry it up, or you can bake it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes or until crispy. Ashley's giving me the go ahead. She's giving me like, stop. But I promise you not. If this satisfies your craving like it does mine, the choices are, the results are endless. I like to do recipes that are versatile, that people like to put their spin on. There's a lot of picky eaters in the house. So chicken nuggets is the theme of the week, and it has been for me for the past 2 weeks. So chicken nugget recipes, they're endless. They're out there. Guys, do your Googles. As Lonnie says, do your Googles. Healthy alternatives. I hope to see some chicken nugget recipes somewhere in my feed or the people's pantry. So we'll see.
So look, I was thinking about, I've been eating shrimp tacos for dinner this week, and I was thinking about breading them with almond flour, but I was so scared that because the recipe just said bread them with almond flour and then put them in the air fryer, and I just can't imagine how that's not gonna taste like dust to me. Like it's gonna be so dusty. Because there's no wash.
No, but I feel like the air fryer, it's like 360 cooking, whether, rather as like pan frying, because you have to constantly flip and pull. You're pulling a lot of that breading off, because almond flour is very light. So
I might
just
try
don't do it too thick. You know what I mean?
I might have to ask you for a healthy chocolate chip alternative, Chris.
I got you.
Bye. Eat the chocolate chip, girl. Eat the chocolate chip.
You heard that? They said eat it.
Eat the chocolate chip. I love it. That was good. Cousin, what we got next? Y'all, we usually got like a teleprompter because we fancy around here. So all of us got these big ass teleprompters in our house. And so we on the teleprompter. But we ain't got that tonight because we tired. So we leaning on our executive producer. What's next? What's next for the people?
All right, so basically we're going to kick it off with
Therapist Bay. Therapist Bay wrote it. She wrote it down.
She got a whole schematic.
Let me find out. Okay.
On the other side is a bill, but y'all need to see what that is.
No, look, that's me. The bill.
Everybody got bills.
We some black mamas out here. We some black mamas.
Yo, when your mama be on the phone and she be like, boy, give me something the right way. Give me that phone bill right there.
Yeah.
That's what it is, baby. We some hood kids. That's how we grew up.
For real, I saw a graphic on Instagram, and it was this long note, and it said, "It's a text from my mama from the '90s," and it was the mom that said, like, "Don't be answering my door," or something. I laughed so hard. Yeah. That was my mama.
Mine was, we was latchkey kids. They would be gone by the time we would get ready to go to school. They'd leave that note. Hey, when you bring your ass home, get these dishes out this sink. That shit on paper like that too. When you bring your ass home, don't forget to take that chicken out tonight. Or it's gonna be your ass. That's what's on the paper. So yeah,
no, the beating was real. The beating was real. If you forgot to take the chopped meat or the legs out the freezer, you would never hear the end of the day.
Nah.
Pops can't have a big piece of chicken when he get home. Oh, okay, it's a wrap. Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. But like Elle said, we working through a lot of stuff. We got our teleprompter, we got everything set up and lined up. So it's off the cuff tonight, but we can handle this because we adults and we already been through this. We damn near 20 episodes deep, so we know how this shit flows. So what do? We improvise. That's how we make it. Black and brown people been improvising for years. Don't y'all forget that. Ain't nothing y'all can do to us that can't keep us from doing what we need to do. It don't matter. Fire me today. I'm gonna find me something else to do tomorrow. I got to hustle in the meantime already. I've been hustling. So that's what we did tonight. We improvised. So the topic that we're going into tonight, we're gonna talk a little bit about what I like to call, and what everybody likes to call, the honeymoon phase. When you have had your surgery, you went through this, you're going through your process, it's all good. You know, we losing the weight, you know, you stall here and there, but I say the honeymoon because, you know, it's all roses, you know, daisies, little puppy dogs and shit running around. You can dance on the moon. Everybody complimenting you, telling you how fine you are. You have become a snack.
All the
But
DMs with the hair.
all in the DMs trying to give you $40 to make you holler, all that. You know, you living your best life. You got your whole bag out, your spend the night bag. You doing it big. But what happens 3, 4, 5 years down the line, and you know, your stomach, whatever you got, your sleeve, your bypass, or your do it all switch, I don't know, I can't never say that word, so I call it the do it all switch. But anyway, if you any of that stuff that goes on, your body's going to go through changes, and of course, your body is intricate and is smart enough to know that we're going to adapt. So guess what? Regain and stuff like that could happen. It's happened to a lot of people that we know that are in the community. We talk to people damn near daily that's dealing with it now, that's trying to cope. So we're going to break down a few tips, maybe a few things that we could do to, you know, prevent that, because we don't want that. We want you to continue to live your best life. I want you to continue, sis. I want you to continue to pack your spend a night bag, you know, get them DMs, get that money, get them sugar daddies popping, all that. My brothers out there, hey, if you ain't been getting it in and you getting it in now, I want you to continue to do that. I want you to continue to lay it down. So I'm gonna open up the floor. Who want to hit them with some realness? You know, let's just kind of talk about it pantry style like we do round robin.
Listen, first things first. When it comes to the honeymoon stage, I didn't really think about like how, you know, in depth it would be. Like I didn't realize the impact it would make on like this process in general. But I think a lot of people, they experience stalls at certain points, which is normal. But I feel like a lot of people, depending on, you know, their biology and, you know, what the doctor orders, they tend to take drastic measures. They tend to take drastic measures upon themselves, implementing these, you know, these diets, restrictive diets, these fastings, which is fine. But at the same time, you know, just because the scale doesn't move in, you know, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, everybody's biology is different. So transitioning from like the honeymoon phase into, I guess, reality, don't implement, you know, these harsh punishments on yourself. Just because the scale doesn't move in, you know, a month, 2 months, 3 months. I can speak for myself. I've been in the longest stall that I can think of, which has been about maybe 9 to 10 months already.
Oh,
but I haven't gained. That's because I refuse to make certain adjustments to my life, and everybody has different personal values or whatever, but I refuse to make certain adjustments to my lifestyle that can either hinder or progress your progress. So at the end of the day, don't enforce harsh punishment on yourself after the honeymoon phase. Like you have to calorie deficit, or, you know, liquids only. I'm guilty of it. I've done a liquids only diet. It didn't work. I was only hungry. So no, don't be hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Change comes incrementally, and you'd be surprised how much water, Lonnie, Ashley, Kid, how much water you can take in that can actually break your stall, believe it or not. And I'm guilty of it because I drink mostly coffee, but that's just me.
Yeah, I'm 18 months. I think I'll be 18 months post-op next week. Something like that. I had surgery April 2019. So I'm currently experiencing a weight stall. So I have to be like intentional with my thoughts. My brain is crazy. I learned today that I'm a Scorpio moon. in the zodiac. I don't really even know what that means, but like I was reading stuff about it, and apparently it helps explain a lot about me. I learned some shit about myself today because of that. So I have to be really intentional with my thoughts. And so calling a stall a weight loss, it's a weight stall. Like my weight has not changed since June. I've been in the same exact weight, but my body has shifted because I don't wear the same size. So in June, I was in a 14 and I was like squeezing into them. Now I'm in a 12 and I'm like, okay, I can see how it's shifting. Like my body is sitting different. So my weight, I've been in a weight stall, but not a body stall, if that makes sense, right? And I want to see the number change. I do. I weigh myself every single morning and I don't feel disappointed, but I'm still like, girl, how are you? Like, how? Like you? Like I'm talking. I ain't even like lost an ounce. It's the same number, and I weigh myself more or less trying to figure out like what is it. But it's the reminder of like, no, like when you ordered a T-shirt, you got a medium versus a large or an extra large or an extra extra large. So like my body is, but my weight is stalling. And all I can keep telling myself is like, keep going, I would much rather, I want to be 190 for sure, but I would rather be in my 220s and my pant size keep dropping and my arms are stronger and I look more lean and more built than to be in my 240s or 250s or 260s or 270s or higher, because that's where I came from, you know? So like, yeah, that's on the stalls. And for me, Kat, like you mentioned, the honeymoon phase, I think for me, the honeymoon phase wasn't necessarily immediately after surgery. It was like, the honeymoon phase for me was like month 3 through like 8. I lost like 150 pounds or something in that time. And I feel like overnight I woke up smaller. And it was good. I only ate, 2 ounces. It was easy for me to drink my water. I wasn't putting whipped cream on all my Pro-Feed. Like, it was like things were good and it was simple and it was easy. I didn't even care to take in as many calories. It didn't matter what I did or how I did it. I dropped the weight. Right. So that to me was the honeymoon, right? Like it was because it's just working. My tool is working for me at this point. I'm working with it, but it's doing the work. Whereas now it's like, nah, my tool is working with me and I'm working for it. Like I work for the tool now, like I now work for my stomach. So it shows up different. My tool still works. I had a full gastric bypass. So it still works. I'm still clearly losing inches. I'm not working out as much as I used to. I'm still dropping, but just not the same. So life is still good, right? Like my bariatric life is still good, but it's definitely a difference. It's like that new thing, that new relationship has like now settled in and we comfortable. I wear my big girl drawers around my stomach now, right? Like my little bariatric Buddha got used to me. It's just not a new thing no more, I think, yeah.
What about you, Ed?
The honeymoon phase was pretty much like a year and a half for me, but I've been like the same weight bouncing around for like the last year. My stance is that I could definitely lose more weight, but like I'm comfortable. Like I like the curves that I have. I could get down to 180 if I wanted to, but I've been sitting at 200 to 205 for the last year, and I just been enjoying it. And like Lonnie says, if I want to hop up and down into a 12, I'll hop. Me and Lonnie joke all the time about the fact that I still wear like an extra large in some sizes because I might appear small, but like I don't care. I'm just happy to be where I am. Yeah. The only time I do care is whenever I try to do some athletic things and like my body might take longer to recover, but I know it's not my weight. It's just because I'm not as strong as I could be. So for the honeymoon phase, after that phase is passed, like I'll eat my junk. Like I try to be as my most authentic self on the People's Pantry. Is not judged up at all. Like y'all see me drink my alcohol, y'all see me drink my snacks, but I'm also eating seaweed. I'm eating peanut butter. Like I'm eating like my veggie tacos. So I ate almost half a thing of Chips Ahoy the other night, or chips. Like I am as balanced as I've ever been. But my tool still kicks in because after I ate all those cookies, I felt sick. So my tool, I know when I've done too much because I wake up bloated or I feel stuffed or my crystal rings won't slide on. So I have special little signs where I know I've done too much. And then I just kind of I might not drink coffee that day. I might drink tea, you know? So those habits that I've created over the last 2 years kick in, and they have to kick in because I don't want to be 348 pounds again. So if I see that number rising when I see 205, I'm like, okay, I might need to chill out on the alcohol, right? I might not need to eat a whole pack of Chips Ahoy, but I just enjoy life. So
That balance. That's
yeah,
That's
balance.
what's up.
Absolutely.
And I think that's pretty much what it's all about for all of us. I mean, even with myself, El, I'm in the same boat as you. It was April of 2019. So coming up on 18 months. But the thing that I want, people to really think about, especially if you were 15 months to however many years out, if you stalled and it's been like Ashley said, or like El, like Chris said, with the numbers that they are you really happy at that number? Because some people stall earlier and haven't really lost a lot of weight, because I know some people that only lost 50, 60 pounds. They didn't really hit the goal that they wanted, and they just completely plateaued, but that's based off of stuff that you're doing. So if you busted your ass, like Chris, like Alani, like Ashley have, then you would have those feelings to say, hey, look, I'm still rocking these medium pants, so, I'm doing something right. The same with myself, I've been in the same numbers. I mean, I dropped to 220, and I've been hovering 240 to 243, 440, for the last few months. And I ain't really pissed about it. But when I went to get some pants, I went down another size. So, I mean, things are happening. So, I mean, hell, for me to go from a 38 to a 36 was like fucking phenomenal. Shit. It was the bomb. And I'm like, okay, well, the scale say this, but I can fit these pants. I'm wearing a large shirt. I went down 2 sizes in underwear. So I mean, those are some of the things that you still having those victories. So you can't give weight to that scale and let that scale control your mind, in my opinion. And I think that happens to a lot of us, because like Chris said, my water intake is not always the best because I drink coffee. And I think we all kind of got this thing where we go back and forth. We got this love-hate relationship with coffee. It's just, I need it. It's something that I love, but like Ashley said, I balance out the rest of my day. And I'm going to have me some damn cookies and shit. Like Addie said, she eating them Chip Ahoys. I got a couple spots that I like to hit that make fresh cookies and shit. I went last night. I got one that I'm going to eat when I get through with this shit. So, but I know that it's not going to put me back to being 461 pounds. It's a balance there. See, I had one taco for dinner, and I didn't put all the meat on it and shit because I knew I was gonna have this cookie. So I made room for that. And that's what I think people got to do. Like Eddie said, you got to allow yourself some grace. You got to allow that sleeve some grace, because that sleeve gonna tell your ass one way or the other where you fucked up at.
I think I think that we should flip around what honeymoon means.
Sure.
Because it sounds like what I hear all of y'all saying is that the honeymoon is being able to find the balance in enjoying the things that you still love, as well as taking care of your body. So we're in the honeymoon stage right now. Like, the honeymoon is having your Chips Ahoy, but also having your veggie taco, right? Or having your favorite little fresh baked cookie, but putting less meat on your meal, on your plate. Like, or walking a little bit farther, or deciding to walk to pick up your vodka instead of drive your car, right? Like, that to me seemed like a honeymoon. That to me seems like that's a good life. I enjoy drinking and eating what I want mindfully, right? Like, that's me.
I think the two key words that viewers could catch up on is perspective and balance.
True.
And kind of like what Lonnie said, I think a lot of the times where we kind of get obsessed about the numbers and where we want to be, like physically, health wise, that's just like a doctor medical standpoint, but they don't know what it's going to be like unless, they're not you. So, they're not going to know what you're going to feel like or what you're going to look like. So just because you may not be losing pounds doesn't mean that you're still not losing inches. And I'm going to say this again, just because you're not losing pounds doesn't mean that you're not losing inches. So if you feel like you're having a day or a couple of days where you feel like you're eating like crap, you're drinking all the stuff that you shouldn't normally be drinking, but it doesn't have like an effect on you, and you get on the scale and you notice that it's a couple of pounds over what you would normally see yourself as, just be, water weight, clothes, whatever. And I feel like people tend to harp on that, and then they kind of beat themselves up. Kind of like when I spoke about like people punishing themselves. So definitely don't do that. Just because you're not losing pounds doesn't mean you're not losing inches. And then second, like balance. And I'm guilty of it as well. I mean, you guys know me. I'm eating 24/7. I feel like I'm eating more now than I did before surgery. So, you know, you can have your cheats. You can have those cookies that you want. You can have that ice cream. So what? And I still feel like my tool still tells me when I need to tap out. If I have two handfuls of white chocolate chips, Lily's white chocolate chips from Whole Foods instead of the one handful of chocolate chips, my body's feeling it, especially with a glass of milk. All I'm saying is know your body. Nobody's going to tell you what your body's going to feel like or what you're going to go through. This is something that you need to experience yourself. There is a point where the weight just seems to be falling off of you and everything seems to be fitting nicely and flowing the way it should. But then you do hit the stalls. And I feel like when people hit the stalls, they need to take drastic measures. So know your body, know your limits. Not cheat, but like indulge in the stuff that you want to indulge in. But there has to be balance. There has to be balance at the end of the day, perspective and balance.
You know what, too, Chris? If I didn't lose another pound, I mean, I want to get down. I want to see what 230, 225 looks like. But if I didn't lose another pound, I wouldn't be mad at myself. I wouldn't beat myself up. I wouldn't turn, just say, fuck it, I give up because I can't. Because, I mean, we work so hard to get to where we are. And then now we're at the stage where we just trying to make sure that we maintain. And then I think the thing is being more cognizant of your situation now. I mean, none of us want to go back to where we were. Mm-hmm. And that's a given. So I think that all of us, here in as far as the pantry, and I will hope that others fulfill the same way, that, hey, like Ashley said, and when you start to see that number not go in the direction that you don't want it to go, then, hey, it's time to let's reevaluate. We know what we need to do to get shit back on track. And I think that's pretty much what it's all about. So, El, you're right. This is a honeymoon what we own. I mean, it's a continuous, nonstop honeymoon. I think we want it to stay that way.
Yeah. Chris said something that sparked the thought for me. He said, you may not be losing weight, but you're losing inches. And I remember someone toxic once said, I had weight loss surgery and not inches surgery. I want to lose the weight and not the inches. The thing about that is your mind is so powerful and you get to choose how you see things and view things. That's that word perspective, like Chris said. And so we did not have inches surgery, but it all plays together, right? Like, you may not know what every part of the car does or why it's there, but it's very much so important, right? Like, my car not gonna work without its gasket. I don't even know what a gasket is. I just heard somebody say the word gasket before, and I'm assuming that I need it, right? So I can't be like, I don't need a gasket because my tires are fine. No, like it all works together. So I want to lose the inches because the inches is going to build up to the weight coming off as well. So
right.
If I can't encourage anybody who is either considering surgery, early on in surgery, looking forward to a year out from surgery, it's your perspective. Like, once those negative thoughts start keeping in your mind, find a way to flip them. If you're losing inches, celebrate that, right? Like, be flexible in what your goals are. Ken said, if I don't lose another pound, I'll be okay. That is his mind. He has made that up, and he is content and happy with himself. Find happiness however that looks for you, right? Like, this is your journey, and enjoy it how you can. Choose to find the happiness and the beauty in everything, including only losing inches for a while. I ain't lost a pound in months, but I know that I'm losing inches, and that feels good because my body appears different in the mirror, right? Like, nobody looks at me and knows how much I weigh. They look at me and they see this, slim, thick, So, yeah. That was good, y'all.
Oh, yeah, indeed.
I hope that what everybody hears when they listen to us is that they're not better than, everyone has stalls, so you can't run from it. Don't think that you're a magician or you're better than anyone else. You're going to experience this. And when you experience this, you have to have tools in your toolbox so that you don't beat yourself up or you don't fall in whatever addiction you have, which could be self-soothing with food. So you have to be prepared for it. It's a part of the journey. And I think in hindsight, it's made me a better person being able to still be okay with stalls that I've experienced. Where before, if I had a stall in the past Ashley would have fucking sabotaged this whole thing. I would have been back. I would have gained all my weight back from one stall and would have given up. And now a stall is just like, like I'm not doing this to myself today. So a stall is a beautiful journey on this weight loss that we go through.
Listen, I think a stall also, you know, tests people's character and how they approach different ways to kind of better their life. I feel like a stall is a good way, is a good thing on the one hand, like, you know, there's a stall, so like you feel like you need to discover, you know, other natural ways to, or creative ways to lose the weight. But I feel like psychologically a stall kind of forces people to make changes, you know. So like there's balance, but at the same time, you know, there's balance, but you know, you don't want to be necessarily, you don't want to do the same things over and over again to kind of achieve that kind of status quo. You want to maybe mix it up. So I think in order to experience a real change, I feel like the stalls kind of challenge people's approach, interactions, maybe thinking about food different. You know, I'm not the type of person to weigh my food. That's just me. But maybe a stall would bring you to the point where you need to weigh your food.
Yeah.
Maybe having 60 grams of protein instead of maybe 30, or, you know, 120 grams of water instead of maybe 40. That could be enough to break a stall. You know, meal prepping, measuring your food, that's a big thing. But I feel like stalls are a lesson learned and a journey to experience. It's not all about the honeymoon, so it's kind of like give and take.
I love it. That sounds good. Producer, where we at? Where we at with our on our timeline? Where we at?
We're gonna talk. Let's jump into this recap of this, you know, fuck boy.
Oh,
Our lyrics to go recap. We do hear back from time to time from people who've written into the pantry. So
This ain't the one I
follow up.
This ain't the one I wanted to hear from. And I'm actually not even going to read his response because let me tell y'all about my nosiness. So we got the response, 2 weeks ago, maybe,
Yeah.
3 weeks ago, about an update. And I was like, I really wanted to hear from the fiance. So I reached back out to the person and I'm like, hey, can I reach out to your fiance and like talk to her? And he told me yes. So I haven't done that yet. So this is let me help refresh your memory. I don't know what episode it was, because maybe we can do some research and drop it. But if y'all remember, we had a fuck boy who was fuck boying around, and then like to get his way, he like proposed to his girlfriend at Ruth Chris or something. Like
somebody else was showing this girl more attention than he was, so now he wants to step in.
Yeah.
A mess, sir. A mess. And so we wanted to know, is she gonna say yeah? Because I think we all was like, sis, don't say yeah. Turns out she said yes. Turns out she agreed. He wrote a whole long paragraph, very fuckboy language that he used. So I'm never going to read it. We can talk about the fuckboy-ishness of this and like, are women fuckboys? Should she have said yes? What would y'all have done? And then tonight, after I eat, 'cause I'm hungry, I'm going to reach out to the new fiance and I'm going to act like, sis, what's up? Are you happy? I'm gonna ask her. He gave me his permission. So hopefully next week we got some information and like some interview. I'm gonna tap into my previous life when I was a journalist. And we're gonna find out. So what do y'all think? Do y'all think that women could be fuckboys? Because I kind of feel like she's also a fuckboy.
You know what? I think in her case, yeah, I think she can be, and I think she was in this instance, because I think if she just readily said yes to this proposal like she did, then the other dude who she was, you know, who was showing her the interest or whatever, was just what she wanted, this distraction, so that the other guy who she was with could do what he's supposed to do. Maybe this was her segue into making him propose to her. And if that's the case, that makes her a fuckboy, because why would I want somebody that I got to force their hand to come to me? If you're going to say you want to marry me, that should be something that you really want to fucking do. I shouldn't have to give you an ultimatum to say, hey, look, either you marry me or I'm done, or I'm gonna go out here and fuck around or get some attention. And then when you come to propose to me, oh yes, baby, I've been waiting on this. The marriage is gonna start off on some fuckery.
I agree.
Like beating him to the punch, type of thing.
I can't remember. I just remember Ruth Chris. I remember that like something was happening to where it was like a con. Like he was low-key conning her for the proposal is what I remember most. And then like it was like, I think she was talking to another guy and he was getting jealous. Or was he talking to another girl? I gotta go back and like watch the episode. I can't remember.
Go ahead.
He was talking to another girl.
Oh, was that? And then he got caught? Did he get caught?
I think he did get caught cheating.
Yeah. He got caught, and then he tried to.
And I think the work husband or some shit. It wasn't some shit like that.
Oh my god!
It's some weird shit. It was dumb, and I can't remember all the details because it's been a few letters that have not been similar, but I mean, they all started to run together after a while. But yeah, I do remember. But I remember the Ruth Chris part because I know it pissed you off. And Elle, I think maybe this was the letter that was long as fuck. I think that pissed you off too because it was so damn long.
I'm looking. We got too many. It's like I'm like trying to scroll, but it's just too many emails and threads. I don't know, but either way it goes, I had strong feelings about why she shouldn't have said yes. And I don't know this person. I don't know either of them. So I wanted to start with that, and I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm really looking forward to talking to her. I might actually see if we can like set up a video or something. But in my mind, I think she just want to be somebody's wife. I think that it's cool. I think that it's like, oh, well, I've been having him. What would life be like without him? Because if my memory serves me correct, he was a dog. Like he was dog.
He was really.
Do you think you'd be able to get her on the pantry to kind of clarify?
I don't know. I can ask. I don't know if they want their identities out here. I would imagine I didn't want the world to know my business.
Just a shadow background. That's it.
Yeah, like
but you know
maybe
what?
alter the voice.
Yeah, maybe we can do that. But you know what? We could also do too next week, Elle. We can find the original letter and do like a full recap. That way we can refresh our memories as well as the viewers' memories as to who we're particularly talking about. We can actually maybe not read the entire letter because I think it was long as a motherfucker, but we can kind of scan through it.
I'm trying to get to it, but
I know it's gonna bug the shit out of you. That's that Virgo in us.
It's gonna bother me. I really want to be able to read it so I can properly read this woman.
Yeah, I just think we're gonna have to once you reach out to her. I mean, who knows? She might want to be on camera. That would be so fucking awesome.
It would be.
Or maybe we could blur her out or something and change the voice. You know how they do when they be on like First 48 or some shit when they don't want to be on.
Or you could just you could ask her if she wants to like make a cutout of somebody or something, and like we could talk to that cutout or whatever. Because I really need.
I found it.
Nice.
Okay, let me see. So, my parents divorced. I also have trouble communicating my feelings for her. Okay, let me just start. I'm reaching out to you guys for some advice. Me and my girl been together for the better part of 10 years, but we ain't married yet. We have been living together for most of the time, and we had a pretty good relationship up until the past year. My girl wants to get married, but I've been just fine doing our thing without being on paper. My parents divorced when I was 7, and I just don't want to follow in their footsteps. I also have trouble communicating my feelings for her, and I know that has damaged our relationship. It's not that I don't love her and want to be with only her. I just have trouble saying all the right things when we talk. So our discussion turns to heated arguments. She has given me the ultimatum, marry her or at least propose soon or risk losing her forever. Lately, she has been going out after work with her coworkers, and it has become more and more frequent. I went out with them a few times, and they seem like good people for the most part. But there is this new guy at her job, and her friends referred to him as my girl's work husband the last time I went out with them. My girl just laughed and brushed it off, saying there is nothing going on and they are just friends and their relationship. I'm not reading the rest of this. Why the fuck did he send this long ass letter? It's so much more. I'm not reading that. Okay, we're gonna fast forward. I want to take her out to dinner at Ruth Chris and propose to her. I brought her a nice ring that we looked at together last year. I need your help getting my words together so I can say all the right things to win my girl's heart back. Yeah, man, they're both fuckboys. She's a fuckboy for this ultimatum. We've been boyfriend and girlfriend for 10 years, and now it's either marry me or you don't get me at all. And I'm also gonna have this man that my coworkers are disrespectful in front of you to call him my work husband. And then
Listen.
yeah, like they're fuckboys. I don't even think do we need to interview her still? Because she's very fuckboyish.
You know what?
My own fuckboy I'm dealing with. I don't need another one.
Listen, I think the labels kind of get people into trouble too. You know, because I feel like it's playful at first, like, oh, my work wife, my work husband, whatever. I feel like it's playful at first. But I think once you consider like the playful undertones of it versus the time, we're talking about like 10 years. I feel like there's some other implications there. You know, I feel like I need an interview. I need a second round.
That's disrespect. The second round. That's disrespectful in front of her man. You know, like y'all can be joking or whatever in the office every now and then, but for you to be actively calling this person my work husband and my man is here, why are you trying us?
Because you know what? Sometimes people can be manipulative. Maybe them chicks that was saying that shit might be eyeing her man too. That she's trying to give an ultimatum to. So they gonna dry snitch and say, yeah, that's her work husband. Because in a man's mind, hell, I want to know, are you playing house with the work husband? That's what I want to know from her. So if you reach out to her, at least did she get to use her spin a night bag with the play husband?
They're both fuck boys. Their marriage, they gotta seek counseling. They gotta go do counseling because this is a mess.
Well, they can't be getting no marriage counseling because ain't nobody's gonna sign off on this shit if they come in there with
Therapist, babe, what you think? With you over there rubbing your temple. What you think about these fools? I mean, people.
So many families and couples, like anytime you give an ultimatum, that is very much so disrespectful because whenever that other partner is triggered, they're gonna step on that ultimatum and they're gonna hurt you. And it won't be understanding going on. It'll be like, let me show you how much more I can hurt you and how much more I can make you feel like shit. So it's never like solving to make it better. It's solving to see who can stick their chest out the most. And it's just a downhill battle when you start with ultimatums. And ultimatums, if you are listening to this and you're in a relationship, is the worst thing imaginable. Don't do it. Ultimatums lead to destruction. If you want some shit to pop off and you want some trouble, you start giving ultimatums and see what your partner do, rather when you could just say like it's a miscommunication, like, and someone's hurt.
Change the verbiage.
You know, so
change the verbiage.
Or move the fuck on.
Hello, I'm with you, cousin. Move on. Why do I have to give you an ultimatum? Listen, y'all know I was raised by old people. My grandmama say, you treat people how to treat you. You let him believe that behavior was okay. And he let her believe that work husband behavior was okay. Because when he saw it, he should have cut it right there at the kneecaps. It should have been done. So this being your live-in and your boyfriend, your girlfriend for 10 years, you taught him that was okay, that was appropriate, right? You're allowing him to lean on his parents getting divorced decades ago to be a crutch. Nah, it's time to go. Y'all got to go. Y'all are literally going to be, y'all got to go. I'm not putting no negativity in the air, but I'm going to tell you this. This don't seem like a safe space to be. That's all I'm going to say about that. And I'm going to reach out tonight when I'm eating my shrimp tacos and avocado, because they bomb, y'all. The jicama wraps from Trader Joe's. Fire.
Sounds good.
Fire. So while
you know what? I passed. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, I'm going to message our good sis who wanted this man to propose to her after 10 years while she got a work husband. I'm going to reach out to her.
I need to talk to her. I feel like shrimp tacos would be a good line to kind of lure her and see if she wants.
If she fuck around and you talk to her, and you might be the new work husband.
Oh.
Yeah.
You would have been the new babe, yeah.
I'm making some shrimp tacos, baby. You want to talk real quick? I got a show that I want you to.
Especially if you Zoom calling and you ain't got on nothing but your shirt and your drawers like most of the time you in. She gonna be like, what the fuck is really going on?
Listen, tell her to visit the pantry bodega and drop that money.
Damn right. Shit, don't come up there with that bullshit, man. You should have been left his ass because, like I said, if you know if a man or a woman really wants you or not, I mean, and it's just it just don't make sense, especially when you get to be a certain age. You grown folks and shit. Like Ash was saying, this whole thing with ultimatums, and we too old for that. Fuck that. Okay,
Yeah.
We've been together 10 years. You obviously don't want to marry me, so I'm gonna holler at you because this is what I want, and this is not what you want. Communication is key to everything. If we don't communicate, set the boundaries, tell people what we really want, what our expectations are, then like Elle said, you setting them up to treat you how you gonna be treated.
Yeah.
End the story.
I think segment to words of wisdom. What do y'all think?
Let's come on, bring us back down.
Bring it home. Bring me back to earth.
It's so simple for old girl that got the ring that she so desperately wanted. For everybody, honeymoon phase or like lack thereof. There's something called the 3 A's. The first A is awareness. And being aware, are you eating badly? Are you in that unhealthy relationship, right? So the first A is awareness. You have to be aware of something before you change it. The second A is acceptance. And this is accepting what you want it to be or accepting the reality of it, which is you might be in a bad relationship or that you might be eating poorly. And you can accept the reality that you can continue to eat bad, or you can accept the reality that you can change it. And the last A is action. Are you going to do something about it or not? And I have been living very much so very closely to my 3 A's of being aware, accepting what I can or cannot change. Also the serenity prayer, if you don't know what that is. And then if I can change it, making a change, making the steps to change it. And then the action is following through. So for anybody in that relationship, or if you're thinking about weight loss surgery or have had weight loss surgery, where are you at in the 3 A's, and are you really doing the work? And most of the time we really aren't. We're just making some really big excuses when the work is so much more easier. Yeah. So where's the wisdom with Therapist Bae?
You simplify it so beautifully. Oh my God. I can't. All my problems are done. I got no more qualms in the world.
That is, baby.
Yes.
And for the problems that you do still have, you can apply them 3 A's too.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is, absolutely. That's phenomenal.
Just to add on to Ashley's point, like that serenity prayer for all those that don't know, oh my God, those are some powerful, simple but powerful words. So if anybody doesn't know what the serenity prayer is, I suggest you get to know it. Or at least do your Googles. Yeah, but do your Googles.
It'll come on like if you put it in Pinterest, it'll come on like with some sand in the background. You can make it your screensaver. Your mind is powerful. Take care of it. Accept. What is it? Accept. Be aware. Awareness, exception, and action. My handwriting was weird on the last one, so I was confused. Okay, but we got it. Y'all, this has been another episode of the People's Pantry. We missed y'all. We are happy to be back. We are sorting through schedules and relationships and personalities and fuckboys and hoeing and new job and sons in college and school and work. And we're sorting through all of these life ventures. So be patient with us. If y'all don't see us one Monday, drop us a line and just remind us that y'all love us and y'all still rocking with us. Go support the Pantry Bodega. Get you a t-shirt. Take a picture right now. And then take another picture in 6 months for your Transformation Tuesday, because you know we love to see those. Cat is fooling. We love y'all. Good night. Y'all be great. Say a prayer for somebody else. Go out and vote, please. My life depends on your vote. Please go vote.
Where can they find you at?
You can find me. Oh, that's right. I'm thinking about changing my Instagram name. We'll see. But for today and tomorrow at least, I am rny.bypass. Kid, where you can find you at, cousin?
You can find me at Sleep Believe Hype, man. Y'all know where the fuck I am. And you can find the People's Pantry at People's Pantry on the real, man. Happy to be back, baby. In full effect. I'm always with the shit. Y'all know it. My band, Chris. What's up, bro?
Listen, you can find me at the bodega selling 2-for-1 CNC sodas. Let me stop. You can find me at Spicy Poppy Chris _ glad to be back. We got a lot more great content coming for you guys. So happy to be back. Ashley, where can they find you at, girl?
Find me
Your 10,000 followers. Where can they find you with your 10,000? Where you can swipe up at?
Wait.
Oh,
Girlfriend.
You can find me at VSG _ Ashley. That's spelled ASHLI. Yeah.
Word is bond, baby.
Okay.
Cash App is real, guys. Just want to leave that out there too. Cash App is real. It's alive. It's a thing.
Yeah, man.
Guys, have a great night, day, wherever you are watching this. Let us know.
Peace.